Hello, I'm Beerbaum. Today I'm excited to show you some exercises that for us here in Reisenbeck are part of our daily, weekly, monthly routine all year round. For all the different horses, young horses, old horses, horses that are getting back into training after a break. As one of the basic exercises when it comes to coordination and strength, I want to show you now, as already mentioned, while watching you can see what happens, what I try to explain now in the theory. Basically, the objective is to practice the things that we need later in the course when approaching a jump, the fine-tuning of the horse and rider. And now I'm looking forward to demonstrating this exercise together with Cool Feeling. Based on the first exercise, we now have the second exercise as a sort of next step, and a relatively simple exercise with a cavaletti. We now jump the combination that we built up with the cavaletti to help with the takeoff before the first element, as well as in between and after the second element for simply a better movement pattern, more strength and considerably more coordination. Now I start and I stay on the left lead. Make sure that I apply all my aids here, ask him to pay attention and make sure that I get there with a good rhythm. Especially the first time, where he doesn't know yet where to go. I have to concentrate so that I can ride it out of a good flow. That was okay. I do it once more. That's it. I would say let's widen the oxer a little. The same from the right. Oh la la, there for example, the coordination wasn't really good, especially because now I wanted to turn right and he wasn't prepared for that. But already more attentive. I'd say make it a little bigger. Maybe as an explanation, you could see that I ride rather forward, just like the canter to the cavaletti. I ride over the jumps a little forward. Here, this is rather caused by the fact that for the camera to have to be at the best angle, we put the line on the short side. Of course, that slows the horse down a bit. If we had put it on the long side, where he wouldn't have to ride a sharp turn afterwards, but he would have had a little more space, that by nature is a little easier for the horse to jump more forwards. That is why I have to consider that now I have to make sure that I develop enough forward impulsion so that he doesn't get too shy in his jump and isn't behind me, but that we maintain the flow. Okay, I'll do it once more from the right. That isn't as easy for him as it is from the left, but he tries his best. Yes! Now, that's the first time that he landed on the right lead after the cavaletti. He does that when we are warmed up. Then his body becomes smooth.
I think we can go one more time, a bit bigger.
That's it. I change direction once more. Okay, once more. After the first element, he was a little behind me. He didn't have enough forward motion. I can feel that he is slightly losing power. Now the actual strength training begins. We do it once more. That's it. Now I can, of course, vary the exercise by not applying my leg as much and thus letting him jump the second fence a little more by himself. But I will show you that from the left. But it is not wise to do that as long as his muscles are still stiff. But now he is warmed up well, I think we can do that. That means that we must approach it a little calmer, but not as much pace. I take my time here, a little more relaxed. That's it. He did that really well. I think that it wouldn't have been as easy if he had ridden this calmly the first time. I do it once more, still a little calmer to the jump. As I said, he has to put considerably more effort into it, but once he is warmed up, that is possible too. We try that also from the right. As I said, I have to be a little more careful here. That's it. Be more careful because, of course, I want to encourage the horse to work with me. But with a horse this careful, I have to make sure that I don't overdo it. And if I'm too passive, he might get too careful as a result. That means that I have to be really careful with letting the horse work by himself, only as much as he physically is able to process. That's the crux of the matter with this exercise, or even, if you are honest, always in the work with a show jumping horse. One horse has a little more courage, the other has a little less, and it is important that you adapt to the individual horse and adjust your work accordingly. Another important point is that for all training, intensify, or with any program that you train, practice or school, that you find the right moment or the balance and asking enough in order to bring the horse forward and don't go too far. Where the horse comes to the point where it is too exhausted, then the horse doesn't have fun with the exercise anymore. It's good to put an end to the exercise in time when you have done it successfully. Of course, that also has to do with experience, and if I'm honest, we have also made mistakes, especially if the horse is young and we try to be good and successful as quickly as possible. But I can really tell you, from what I know of over 40 years of experience, often less is more, and it is always about being accurate with the basics in order to solve the tough exercises later and successfully. I hope you could get a bit of an impression of what we, or rather me in this case, Christian and Philip will also come later, what moves us or motivates us in the training of our horses. Of course, that is far from everything, but these are some guidelines, and it is important for me to convey to you that you have to be attentive to the basics, because these basics will be successful in the medium and long term. To have more fun with your horses, and the horses to have more fun in the end. That is what it is all about. Thank you.